Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. I have your oracle cards pulled. I've been sitting with the energy for a few minutes and there's a really interesting message coming through. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The theme of your reading is number 3, Aradia, and the key word is magic. You see how she's holding 2 spheres, one in each hand? It feels like you've been working with 2 different energies or elements for quite some time separately. You've been studying them, playing with them, engaging with them for quite some time, but individually. And now you're at this really interesting turning point where you're realizing that the next level of growth and expansion for you is going to come through the combining of these 2 things. I'm drawn to the fact that in one of the circles or spheres, there's a sun image, and in the other, there's what looks like a hole or like a void space. So that makes me think sun and moon, masculine and feminine, 2 energies that are seemingly opposed or opposite, that are actually meant to work together. They are their most empowered expressions when combined. So you're seeing this, you're realizing that 2 different things in your life are actually meant to be woven together. And when you do that, you're going to access some kind of next level of power within yourself. So what are these 2 things for you? They could be anything. It could be purely practical, totally etheric or energetic, maybe a combination of the 2. It could be, again, masculine and feminine, your intuition with your critical thinking, an old way of doing things combined with a new way of doing things, a skill you learned 30 years ago combined with something you've been studying for just the last 6 months, right? An old system and a new system. Take it as it resonates. Now at the bottom of the deck is number 37, casting a circle, and the key word is boundaries. So not only is the word circle in the title of this card, you also have a circle in the image, as well as multiple circles in the initial image. The symbol of the circle is very important for you right now. And this being number 37, that reduces to 10. 10 in tarot is all about the end of a cycle. So the energy of completion is here. It feels like you are completing a phase of life that was more or less defined by the separateness of these things. And now you're starting to tip into the new phase, the new cycle that will be defined by, I'm hearing connection, collaboration, union, togetherness. Now, boundaries are just your sense of self. And when I look at that casting a circle card, I hear make the circle bigger. Widen your circle. I feel like that means expand your sense of self. It is time to expand your sense of self. And what this practically looks like is you no longer limiting your sense of self to one thing or the other. You are both. You aren't just this, you aren't just that. You can't be put into a box or defined in this very structured, limited way. You are, in your highest power, the union of many energies blending together. So, underneath of everything, it just feels like you're ready to, how would I say this? You're ready to own the fact that your sense of self is bigger than you thought it was. Your power is more complex than you thought it was. The only thing limiting you is your own thoughts, right? Okay. Now I did go ahead and pull 2 clarifying cards from your tarot deck. I'm using Tarot of Mystical Moments for you today, and I just went ahead and asked, what are the 2 energies that Cancer's ready to combine? Of course, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, but this is just the general idea. And you've got the Emperor with the Page of Pentacles. So these 2 energies truly do seem opposed at first glance in almost every way. The Emperor is masculine energy, right? Authority, structure, control, rigid, working in what is known already. The Page of Pentacles is feminine energy, your inner child, your innocence, your softness and openness, your curiosity and willingness to learn. So, practically, I mean, this could be your adult self merging with your inner child, your teacher self, the part of you that is a natural leader and teacher, merging with the part of you that is an eternal student. The part of you that, or let's say a skill you have already acquired and mastered combined with something you're just beginning to learn. So apply this to your life. Again, it will be different for each of you, but you can imagine that the rigidity and the structure and control that comes with the Emperor, when combined with this beautiful, soft innocence and openness of the Page of Pentacles, and then vice versa, this beautiful, soft Page of Pentacles combined with the strength and the structure of the Emperor, they really do create this third thing, a third element, a third energy when combined that is like so powerful and has a sense of wholeness to it. I'm seeing yin and yang in my mind's eye. So of course, yin and yang, when woven together, create that wholeness, light and dark, light and shadow, masculine and feminine, known and unknown, creation and destruction, right? So you're weaving polarities. All right. Let's go a little bit deeper now. Show me Cancer's general energy, please, Spirit. Show me Cancer's general energy. Page of Wands. Beautiful. So right now it feels like you're just really curious, and I was picking up on this kind of awakening or opening or the dawning realization of something. I was picking up on all of that within you in the very, very first oracle card. And this is just clarifying that. Look at you. You're literally looking at something through a magnifying glass. You're taking a closer look at something, reassessing or reevaluating something. Your inner spark, your passion, your natural interests, and maybe your higher self, they're all kind of pulling you to explore this new option, this new way of being that is not so limited. Clarify the Page of Wands. So maybe, this is just a random example, maybe, you've always told yourself the story that you have to be either a chef or an author. I don't know why those 2 things are coming to me. But obviously you can be both. You can use your passion for cooking to write a story, or your communication skills as a writer can totally translate into your ability to be an amazing head chef, right? All right, so clarifying the Page of Wands is the 9 of Wands. Yeah, I just get this feeling that you're hitting up against a wall in some way. Like, this is repetition of suffering. Nine of Wands is a cycle of suffering that you feel kind of stuck in. I think it's just very painful for you to limit yourself in any way. You're also taking a closer look at your own pain. See that? You're holding up that magnifying glass to your pain. What's really causing this cycle of suffering that I've been stuck in for so long? So in that sense, there's almost this divine detachment that's happening that I feel is really, really powerful for you, because you're more objectively studying yourself and what is causing any kind of pain or discomfort in your system. Clarify the Nine of Wands, Spirit. King of Cups. Ooh, emotional. I'm hearing emotional drowning. Give me 1 second to just sit with this. I'm hearing you say to me, my emotions have always overtaken me. My emotions have always kind of swept me this way and that way, and it's almost like in the past you felt like you're drowning in your emotions or your feelings, maybe even your own intuitive knowing can be overwhelming at times. All of these feelings have tossed you about in the past, but now you're taking a closer look at that. Maybe it's not that you are a victim to your own emotional ocean. Maybe you're meant to surrender to these waves. Maybe, going back to casting a bigger circle. It would be like, if you are the ocean, and this came through, I think, in a general reading I gave a couple of weeks ago. If you are the ocean, what kind of container do you need? Because you do need some kind of container or sense of self. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to function in the 3D, right? We do need some kind of definition to our sense of self. How do you contain or define the ocean? Your emotions have been trying to get you to open up to new ways of seeing yourself that are much more holistic, and I'm hearing comprehensive. Okay, what's the challenge that Cancer's facing? There it is. Nine of Cups. Hang on. Okay, so it fell out reversed. I usually don't work with reversals for a couple of reasons, but it fell out reversed very clearly, and I just tuned in and asked, do I take it reversed? And I heard yes. So you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse as your challenge. So upright, it would look like this, but it's upside down. So the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, some kind of emotional satisfaction. But in reverse, that means you're struggling to create that for yourself. You're struggling to create some kind of emotional satisfaction or sense of contentedness. Clarify the Nine of Cups, Spirit. Queen of Cups. Wow. This is just like emotional dissatisfaction. And I think you always will be emotionally dissatisfied as long as you're trying to put yourself in a box. That's for sure. That's for sure. Something's coming through here. Something about like, you may not always need to understand your own emotions. If you're constantly trying to logically understand or analyze your emotional waves, it may be very frustrating. A helpful shift for you might be, I don't need to logically understand every single thing that I feel. All I need to do is witness, make space for it, let it speak. It doesn't always have to make sense. Your intuition, your feelings, your ocean of emotion, it doesn't always have to make sense. If you kind of make space for your feelings in that bigger way, you might naturally find a greater sense of satisfaction. Let's go into the advice. That might help to clarify the challenge even a little bit more. Advice for Cancer at this time, please, Spirit. I'm also getting the Queen of Cups upright, of course. She's looking over at that upside down Nine of Cups and she's going, yeah, no, the Nine of Cups isn't good enough for me. The Nine of Cups isn't good enough for me. I am a queen. I don't want 9 cups, I want 10. That's important. Maybe you've been trying to find satisfaction or fulfillment in something that isn't meant for you. That's that 9 of Wands, repetition of suffering. Trying to go after something that just isn't meant for you is causing the dissatisfaction. But there is this part of you, your inner Queen of Cups, who's saying, oh yeah, no, it's not that it's not working out for me because there's something wrong with me or I'm broken, I'm not good enough. No, it's because I'm meant for something better. I want all 10 cups, not 9. Seahorse energy is here. What's the advice for Cancer, Spirit? 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So now is a good time for you to take a break. Take a pause. Take a step back, even if it's just for a little while. This doesn't have to be like a week-long thing. However long you can manage, however long you're guided to, take a break. Give yourself some space away from what you've been growing, working on, or engaging with so far. Taking this step back, going back to the Page of Wands with that magnifying glass, right? Taking a step back is actually what will help you to take a closer look, ironically, because when you step back and see the bigger picture, more details start to make sense. Hopefully that's helpful. Clarify the 7 of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Yeah, and you really are at this kind of threshold moment. I feel like you're just starting to really hone in on this calling to blend things. So this is a tipping point. This is the perfect moment to take a step back and just pause and reflect before moving forward again, because you do need to make some kind of adjustment here before moving forward again. 2 of Swords. Another 2. 2 energies, 2 elements. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the 2 of Swords is often about feeling like you have to choose between a rock and a hard place. It either has to be this or it has to be that. I have to be a chef or I have to be an author. There's no in between. But the 2 of Swords is saying, more often than not, there is this beautiful third option, the middle way, that maybe you're just now starting to feel into. You may not have perfect, like, logical clarity or practical clarity about what that middle way looks like yet. It's not something you can know in advance. It's something you're going to find out by doing over time. The word titration is coming to me. I know that's super random, but titration, I believe in chemistry, is when you combine 2 elements drop by drop by drop. If you were to just dump you know, the whole canister of each, let's say it's a liquid, right? You were to just dump them together at once, they wouldn't blend. But if you combine them drop by drop by drop by drop by drop, they will blend. That's coming to mind. So you can't know in advance exactly what the end result of this combination will be. You don't need to know. Just kind of open up to the fact that there is this middle way. The blending is the magic. Okay. All right. Anything else here? I'm hearing, nope, let's go into a journal prompt. All right. Journal prompt for Cancer. Right there. Ooh. Okay. If you were the only person on Earth, what would you want to do, create, or experience, assuming your basic needs are met? So you're the only human being on Earth, but you have shelter, you have food, you have water, you don't have to worry about any of that. You're safe, right? You can do anything. You can go anywhere. You can create anything. There's no pressure from other people. You haven't taken on their limiting beliefs or, you know, the ways that people operate are not informing the ways that you should operate. You're totally free. What would you want to do? What would you want to create? That's a super fun one to think about. Reflect on that question and see where it takes you. Let's get a closing message from a Compendium of Witches oracle. I think, you know, that prompt in combination with everything is making me feel like people in your life, people in your childhood, or maybe just society at large, right? But there's a kind of conditioning here from other people. We're all prone to it. You know, we're all kind of a victim to collective conditioning. And maybe there's some part of you that learned early on that you have to kind of follow in the footsteps of something that has come before you, someone that has come before you. You have to operate within known systems, but actually you're here to create your own system. Yeah. Closing message for Cancer. The Alchemist. Yep, number 14. The Alchemist. It's actual perfection. All right, let's go to the guidebook here. Talk about chemistry and titration. Okay, alchemy, inner mechanisms, elements, and interconnection. The first light of dawn shines on her desk. Mortars, alembics, measuring tools, and parchments lie scattered in front of her in a beautiful chaos that speaks to a quest for harmony. The alchemist represents our research into inner workings, the desire for a thorough understanding of the mechanisms that lie underneath. The clear awareness that nothing exists in isolation prompts her to focus on interconnections. As above, so below. The alchemist searches for the macrocosm in the microcosm. What's coming through right now is that there is almost like an entry point. It feels tiny. It's almost something that you could easily pass up if you weren't taking a step back, taking a break, reassessing, right? So there's some little entry point that you will be able to notice and access. This entry point is the middle way and the first step to learning how these two different energies want to connect. They want to connect. It's not just that you need to connect them or you should, or these two energies that you're working with, they are their own consciousness. You can work with them to help them connect. Okay? This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. I hope this has been helpful or at least thought-provoking. Cancer. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I would love to hear from you. As always, I will be putting the this journal prompt in the description box along with several others, so be sure to check them out. They'll help you to process all of this and take your inner work a little bit deeper. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.